How's it going, everybody? We're out again, taking our life in our own hands, riding out in public. Starting off again at one of my favorite parks, Palatine Park here in Fairmont. We're going to hopefully go across that bridge that you see over into town and look at a mural that has been painted downtown. We've got a festival here in Fairmont every December called the Feast of the Seven Fishes, and it's an Italian celebration for Christmas, usually done on Christmas Eve, where Italian families get together and cook up fish for dinner. Usually it's either 7 fish dishes or 1 or 2 types of fish that are cooked 7 different ways. I never had really heard of it until I moved to Fairmont, but it's a big celebration here. We actually have a lot of Italian folks that live in Fairmont, Clarksburg, the surrounding area, even Morgantown. A lot of those Italian immigrants came over to work in the coal mines when West Virginia was really booming with coal, and they stayed here. I've actually spoken to several Italian neighbors. They always told me that this part of West Virginia reminded them of Italy. And after the coal boom ended, they ended up deciding to stay here in West Virginia because they felt right at home. And I thought it was kind of interesting until we took a trip to Italy, I don't know, 6 or so years ago. I think it was 2014 or something like that. All right, this is, and I actually got to see for myself that they were right. A lot of their rolling hills, mountainous areas looked a lot like West Virginia, and I can see why they felt right at home. But kind of going against traffic here is probably not the best idea in the world, but it's the easiest way to get on this bridge. Rather than trying to get through this intersection right here. But yeah, I thought I'd take a ride up to where the Seven Fishes celebration happens every December. Take a quick look and take a look at the mural that has been painted. I've seen a couple pictures of it, but I've never actually seen it. So we'll go and see what it looks like. Heading into downtown Fairmont. Funny thing, when they built this bridge, everybody calls this the $1 Million Bridge. I'd say if they were going to rebuild it now, it would be a lot more than $1 million, but that kind of tells you how long ago it was built. Now this building up here on the left is the Union Mission, so never can tell what kind of folks we're going to run into right here. So it'll be interesting. This is about the time that they do evening dinner. So we'll see what happens. And it looks like people are starting to line up now. Let me get across the road. Okay, we got through the worst of it. Take it easy here. Around this blind corner. Oh, and there we go. This is the street that they do it on. The Feast of the Seven Fishes. They also use this building right here. This looks like an old church, but it's basically just a gathering spot where they have all kinds of things going on. But yeah, over there's the mural. Well, they did do a really nice job on that. Huh. So yeah, the Feast of the Seven Fishes, it's a pretty interesting celebration because it's usually a day or two before Christmas when it starts. Well, let me take that back. It usually lasts the week before Christmas. You can usually come down through here all week and you can sample all kinds of Italian dishes having to do with fish. They actually, the Friday before, have a thing called Cecina, I believe. They actually have some Italian chefs come in, and I think it's in this building right here that across from that mural, where they do a bunch of cooking classes and show how to make authentic Italian fish dishes. So it's pretty interesting, but it is cold. They usually have heaters and things set up so that you don't freeze to death. We've been pretty lucky, and it's not been too bad the last few times. But we'll kind of ride down the main thoroughfare here. See what these folks are up to. I'm not going to go too much more into downtown, but pretty interesting. Let's try to get around this. Now, see if we can get back. What's the best way? This is going to be a pretty big drop off right here. Oh. Yep. So it's going to be pretty tough to get exactly where I want to go with this traffic and those people lining up for dinner at the mission back there. So what I may have to do is go across a different bridge. See how that works. And this looks familiar. You know, let's go through here. Try and take a little shortcut here. See what we can find. Used to be a really nice restaurant with a rooftop eating area called CJ Maggie's. I don't know what happened, but they had to close. And it was a pretty good place to eat. So now we'll have to wait for all this traffic to go by. I don't know if you saw me in that glass back there, but I have a helmet on today. Since I'm going downtown, I've hardly ever ridden with a helmet, but I decided to wear one today since I was going to be around a lot of cars. We ended up buying the Senna R1 helmets that have the two-way radio, FM radio built into the helmet so that my wife and I can communicate when we both ride together. Oh shoot, you know what? Crap. I'm gonna need to go the other way. But anyway, the helmet fits really nice. Kind of looked like I kind of look like a turtle giving birth under this helmet, but it is really comfortable and it fits your head real nice. And here we go with the cars again. Maybe I'll just try to go across on this side over here rather than the Mission side. And we'll see how that turns out. Okay. Right there is Yandog, local hot dog stand. Pretty famous. Just about everybody in northern West Virginia knows where Yandog is. I don't know if anybody watching used to watch the Seinfeld show, but they had an episode called the Soup Nazi. You had to go in and be real quiet and courteous. You couldn't ask for anything different than what he was serving that day. And Mr. Yan back there, he was the same way. He made a hot dog with pretty much everything on it, slaw, which I'm not a huge fan of, so I never really ate there. But yeah, my wife brought some home when we first met, and I looked at that dog topped with all of that coleslaw on it, and rather than telling her, you know, take that back or I don't want that, I went ahead and ate it, and it was it's kind of rough on me. But everybody out there that's married knows what I'm talking about. Sometimes you just have to do what you have to do. And if that's eating a hot dog with chili on it, then so be it. I mean, with coleslaw on it, then so be it. One other thing I wanted to talk about real quick. I posted a video the other day down at the park where I was just kind of talking about you know, how to choose an e-bike that's good for you. Well, I had a couple subscribers mention this to me. I actually belong to a electric bike Facebook group and saw the email that everybody's getting sent who has the original XP and step through on it, or who's already ordered those and are waiting for them. Sounds like they're bringing out their second generation bike, and I think it's going to be $100 more than what these current bikes sell for. But yeah, I heard that the bikes are going to be $100 more than what the current bikes sell for. But if you have a bike that's already on order and you're waiting for it, they're going to give you an option of upgrading to the Lectric 2.0, whatever they're going to end up calling it, for $50 off of that price. So it's only going to be an extra $50 on top of what you've already paid. And it sounds like there's going to be front suspension forks. Sounds like maybe some additional tie downs on the rack on the back. It may have, it may or may not have a basket on the front, maybe. I probably wouldn't use that too much. But as far as I can tell, and they're going to go from the 4-inch tire that they currently use to a 3-inch tire, and that's the I believe that's the width, saying that it'd be a lot more maneuverable. But I have to tell you, I feel like the 4-inch tires that are on it are pretty maneuverable. I have never really had any issue. I can barely creep along at 1 mile an hour and go around things pretty easy with this thing, so I'm not sure what taking an inch off the width is going to do. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they just want to have something extra to change on them. But you know how things are. Everything changes and gets upgraded and all of that. But anyway, sounds pretty interesting. I had somebody say that it may only be a step-through version, but I'm not sure. Like I said, I've got the regular XP and the step-through for my wife, and you know, the step-throughs are great, but the way that they connect to the back wheel are sort of thin bars. I mean, I'm sure they're sturdy, but this XP has a great big thick bar that runs, well, it's the bar that the battery is encased in, and that bar goes all the way back to connect to your back tire, so it's a nice thick bar, and it just seems like this would be a lot more sturdy, at least for big folks, especially if you go over bumps or anything. So I don't know. I went to their website today after I started hearing more about it, and if you look at their homepage, they just have, I don't know, new beginning or new start or something like that in blue on their front page, and it shows all of their current bikes sold out. Pretty much everything's sold out. Their batteries, about the only thing you can get are tires, inner tubes, seats, suspension posts, and pretty much everything else is sold out. The batteries are all sold out, all the bikes. So, and I don't know if the new bikes will use the same batteries that these bikes have or not. I think it's worth the extra $100 to get front fork suspension. if you buy front fork suspensions, you're probably going to spend about that much, and then you have to have them put on or put them on yourself. So it may be, I think, well, if it's me, I'd probably, because my time is so limited, would probably go ahead and pay the $100 and get the new version. I think it comes out, according to the website, on May the 18th, so it's only about a week away. So for those of you that are on the fence about having an electric bike, you may want to check out their website on the 18th, and they may have some mock-ups of them, some pictures of them. They might even have a video showing them. I don't know, but that's definitely something to think about. I might even think about ordering one myself when the time comes, but we'll see what happens. I don't really feel like I need the front fork suspensions because I'm pretty much ride on smooth road most of the time, and so I don't know. It's something to think about, though. Hopefully it'll warm up and I can get up to some more trails. Take some time to get up there and ride some more. It's been kind of tough to get away from the house, dodging these raindrops. You never know. You go up to a trail and end up getting rained on. But with as cold as it's been, you might even catch a pneumonia or something. I don't know. Has anybody out there in YouTube land heard about this North Carolina oil refinery place that got hacked? And evidently there's this huge gas shortage here on the East Coast. The funny thing is, here in West Virginia, we don't even use that same pipeline. But it's funny how something like that can send panic, and everybody starts running and filling up their cars and big old gas cans. And my mother texted me today. They live in the southern part of West Virginia, and I think they probably get their gas from that pipeline. She called and asked me how our gas situation was, and I told her, well, the last time I went to get gas last week, everything was fine. And she told me that they went to get gas and they went all over their town, ended up having to go about 2 towns over before they could find a gas station that had any gas in their pumps. So I ran out this morning. We've got a gas station just walking distance from our house. Drove over there with my truck because I knew it was about empty. And sure enough, all the pumps were covered up. So I went out to another one. All their pumps were covered up. I finally found a Shell station. They had about 2 pumps open, and about the rest of them, I don't know, 6 or 8 of the other ones were covered up. So I went ahead and filled my truck up like everybody else is. And then I went back and got my wife's car and filled it up. But I think it's supposed to clear up sometime this week, so shouldn't be too bad. I was just curious if anybody else out there was having any issues getting gas. But anyway, I'll get back to you in just a minute. Alright guys, we're back here at the house. Just thought I'd let you check out the Senna helmet that my wife and I started wearing. Give you a little look at it. Feel kind of weird in it. I kind of feel like a turtle's trying to give birth or something here. So I don't know, but it's comfortable. I have to give it that. It fits nice. We have another one that's I tried to put on. I let it all the way out and it wouldn't fit my head, but this one's pretty decent. It's nice and sturdy. They have small, medium, large, I think an extra large. Just have to measure your head, and worked out. It fits nice and snug. But anyway, yeah, it's kind of my first foray into helmets for bicycles. Of course, I didn't wear bicycle helmets whenever I was younger, and just got it started back on this one just recently. But anyway, again, appreciate everybody stopping by and checking out the channel. And but yeah, it's great to have everybody watching. I love all the comments. Please like and subscribe. Try to grow the channel, get some more folks in here to talk. Maybe we can talk about the new bike that's going to be coming out pretty soon. But at any rate, we'll try and get out to some better, bigger trails before long. The weather's starting to break, so I'll be getting out a little bit more. So anyway, again, I appreciate you stopping by. We'll see you next time. God bless, and you guys have a good day.